told our guys first thing in the locker room, I'm just really proud of them. Their effort was tremendous. It's been a really, really emotional week. It's been a tough week for them. And they showed their character by the way they handled everything, by the way they came out and practiced hard the last 2 days, and by the way they came out and played their butts off today. We made some adjustments the last couple of days in practice that I know haven't been easy. We stopped switching screens. That's something completely new for them. We started playing the ball screen different. We started hard hedging everything. That's something completely new. And for them to come out and have, and I got to look at the numbers, but I'm going to guess that 42%, holding ECU to 42% from the field might be the second best we've done in the Division I game this year, maybe behind Towson. That just says they were into it defensively. They played together as a team defensively, and I'm really proud of them for that. Obviously, we make a big run in the second half. Travis just gets going. He's going to have to do that for us all year long. He's capable of it, and he knows he's a big part of this team. Buddy gets going and makes a lot of shots. I thought we did a nice job of screening for him. Our guys really started finding them with screens, and he's got to give him credit. He came off and made them. The press really hurt us. I think everybody who watched the game knows that. They went to a diamond and won. We got to do more work on press break and press offense in practice. We touched it a little bit because we knew it was a possibility, but they surprised us, and we got to do a better job handling the double teams and making quick decisions and getting guys to the middle of the floor. Other than that, I'm just really proud of our guys, and as I told them in the locker room, I'm a rookie, I'm young, I'm going to get better. I promise them I'll get better for them, and if I do a better job, these guys are probably feeling a little bit better right now, so I'm going to keep going for them and keep working to get better.
Questions?
Coach, what was going through your mind when you were walking onto that court for the first time as a head coach?
I was just thinking about ECU, to be honest. We called a play to start the half. I wanted to make sure that David set the screen right, that we didn't turn it over, and if he didn't, he came and set a really good ball screen for Corey. Those remained my thoughts. There were definitely some butterflies, and then the worst part about it was I had to walk down the sideline and know that I was going against Jeff Lebo, who's a really good friend of mine and somebody that I really look up to as a coach. So you don't want your first one to be against somebody like that, but you know, nervous, excited, and all those kind of emotions, lots of emotions walking out to the floor.
Your team came out with plenty of energy after halftime, but Coach Lebo switched it up on you through that press on you. Can you talk about that transition there?
Yeah, again, I mean, we make a big run. Travis hits a bunch of jumpers. I thought we did a really nice job pursuing the ball. We got to get better with our box outs. But one thing I'll say is our guys in the second half just went and got it when it was up for grabs. So we did a better job on the defensive glass at that point, and that got us going, and then Travis hit a bunch of shots. And then they came back and made an adjustment, went to the diamond and won on every make. And again, we didn't have an answer for it for about 5 or 6 possessions. I probably waited too long to make an adjustment to put 4 guards in the game. But when we did that, these guys did a nice job of breaking it. But again, we got to get back to the drawing board and do some press break stuff.
What specifically do you learn from this game right here, your first game ever as a head coach?
I'm going to go look at the tape. But I learned that if you can get these kids to fight and stay together and play hard, that we're going to have a chance to win some games. You know, I looked in the paper this morning. The only common opponent East Carolina and us had was Appalachian State. And they said something like, App beat you guys by double figures, and East Carolina beat App by 20. That's a 30-something point difference. So I was impressed with our guys to come out and fight. I told them that there aren't people who think we can win these next 5 games, but the people in our locker room, if they keep fighting and staying together, we're going to be okay.
Wes, from Monday to now, what has this week been like for you?
You know, it's been okay for me, but it's been really hard for our players. And that's what the focus has been. It's been focusing on getting these guys through this process, keeping them together, getting them to come together more, and then trying to get better as a basketball team too. So I don't know if it's been anything for me difficult because it's been really hard on them. And that's what we have to do as a coaching staff, as a team, is come together and keep them together.
What's it like being able to theoretically yell at Brian Kersey and Ted Valentine, and then used to be out there on the court, you know, trying to be nice to those guys and getting calls from them?
You know, the officiating crew, I was veteran crew tonight.
Right.
The guys that I have relationships with from playing, and I was happy to see those guys. I knew they'd try to give us the fair whistle, and you know, from that standpoint, it was nice to see familiar faces walking out there.
Yeah, man, is it weird at all?
You know,
going from where you were to where you are now.
I don't know if weird is the right word. It was unexpected, but it's basketball. it's a different seat. There's certainly different factors to it, but basketball will always be basketball to me.
Wes, you were a player. You know how hard it must have been for a coach to come in and change as much as you changed in 1 week. How did your players handle that? And I'll ask Travis the same thing. What was it like going to an up-tempo style?
I mean, we didn't change too much, and I think some of the changes we made, we tried to keep as similar as possible. I think the defensive changes were the biggest thing, and what I told them was it may not be the best thing for us tomorrow or the next day, but I believe some of the little changes we made will be the best thing for us a month from now and 2 months from now. And we're always trying to get better so we can reach our ultimate goals, which are having success in the Southern Conference. But they did a tremendous job, a better job than I expected them to do with the subtle defensive changes, and I'm proud of them for that.